I am begging for your vote, but I want to earn it. This meeting is to tell you, say, I am the best person for the job. And I have made me want to say, one so questions be our one, ube bisame. Now, ube who say, truly, no, I am the best person for the job. We're going to kick off maybe mamu intro. Now, my mamu intro ni via mama mo. The reasoning behind my policies are my work. Now, if you want to see my policies in detail, you can visit kofikoranting.com, www.kofikoranting.com. Ukoha ubehu bibia. Emmanuel, mehoye pa. Facts reign. Today I saw Baumia's live, and he was speaking. I was so annoyed. Oh, don't be annoyed. Baumia is a nice guy. He's just not presidential material, but he's a nice guy. He's a liar, but I have liars in my family too. I mean, I have some second cousins who, uh, man, I don't want them anywhere around me, but they are my cousins. Inti, what kind of family I almost count? Inti Baumia is a family liar, and a lion family member, and I will be kind of broth when chairman because my head confused. What they me parents say, one face here, mommy, one face here, mommy. All right, let's get serious. Abusuafoɔ yɛ wɔ me wɔ Kolebu ɛwɔ Nkran. Na mekɔ school Agri Memorial International ɛwɔ Ringway no so. Na mekɔ Kipus University Primary, na mekɔ Garrison Primary Kumasi, na mekɔ Adisado College, na mekɔ London, Southgate College, na mekɔ NYU in New York. New York na matena maware, mewɔ ɛma mmiɛnsa, 2 boys and a girl. I'm running for president because meaning say many the best candidate, bar none. And what do me about and they Brana wants to be some questions, sir. More zene questions, more zene pa. Now, MWA now also who say, quite honestly, no, nobody comes close. So nobody comes close to the way I think, the way I'm going to be able to solve Ghana's problems, my deep understanding of the problems, my communication from a position of strength and knowledge. Yɛde solve Ghana problems. And to join me today on this ride, or question be asked, oh yeah, MPP ni, so yeah, NDC ni, it doesn't matter. We are Ghana ni. And no will tickets to this platform. So yeah, Ghana ni. Don't feel sad. Question be stupid and not below the bar. Just come here respecting the people on this platform. Say they have spent time to be here to support the platform. Into Baha, be respectful to them. So because your comment, your question, your reveal you. So, but to that extent, no. But question be out so be said, between bisa. So, question be out so be said, feel free, join the conversation, and let's rock. We only have 2 hours here. Inti wabe 8 to 10 near we. Straight to the point. Inti wabanso mon share, mumia so. Tap. Now questions, no, mommy and fancy so. Inti we have Mystical. He's the master. Mystical has got the mic. Yeah, man, he's the master blaster. Inti you gotta come correct because while I'm correct, you're gonna have to deal with Mystical or Shechihu Mimi and Yomaso. What Inti Inti we'll start. It says what Napu said the other day. What was the meaning of that, please? Diana Napukaye, please educate me. Minim Diana Napukaye, because I don't listen to Napu. He doesn't say anything of value to me. The guy himself has no value. Inti, I don't listen to him. So, and I don't listen to his boss, who is I listen to him because I don't have a choice. Or can you ma for repeat it nti but na put there meneno and more maybe anti also can be you have to repeat it for us to make sense. Inti we started with Nipa 2. Inti we're gonna go and take have a listen to what they're saying. The best way said our question no is to thank you for the likes and the loves and all the big ups that you got. Ubi a pese obaso a pese bisa question be. Feel free. Obaso say we a live show inti opese bisa questions are the best way. Say obebaso request to come on. So opese obaso nipa two na a wo screen na ase no. Nipa two baako yɛ red baako yɛ blue na wamia so na wa requested to come on na yɛama waba mu na wobɛma na wabɛbisa question why nti yɛbɛ start afiri yɛnkyɛ koraa no Biaja, good to have you. What's your question?
Yeah, Mr. Kofi, good afternoon or good evening. I don't know your time over there, but from my side here is good evening.
Yes, sir.
I'm chatting from Birmingham in the UK.
Okay.
I've been following you for the past, 2 years or so. Since your days in the United States, I've been following you. I love your guy. I love you so much. I think you can make an impact in Ghanaian politics. But let's be real. But first of all, I'm trying to write comment, but my comment is not going through. I don't know whether I've been blocked from putting my comment over there. I don't know why my comment isn't going through. That's number one.
Okay, so talk to me. What's your comment? Talk to me.
Yeah, because myself, first, I need to ask you this important question.
Sure.
Do you think by the time that the nomination forms are going to be picked for you to apply for the nomination as a presidential candidate, do you think the EC is going to allow that? Are they not going to, frame you up or to make things complicated for you, just like it happened to the independent candidates before? At the end of the minute, then they will try to bring something up just to disqualify you. That's my first question. My second question is that I think personally that, look, MPP, NDC, these are a big powerhouse, for an independent candidate like you to kind of bring down, But I think, Kofi, you can start from the MP side, go to parliament first, make your impact over there, So from there, we can try to see that, you are good for the job, or you are fit for the job, But as at now, I don't think we can consider you for that job now.
You speak for Ghana?
I speak for myself. That's my opinion. Okay. I think you can be good as an MP. So imagine if you have people like you, 5 of you in the parliament for now, you A plus and people who are willing to go to the parliament for now. I think if you start with parliament, that would be great. That would be easy for you to win than the presidency. That's my point. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I'm looking for my pen. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, let me grab my pen so I'll be able to. But okay, so your first question was grab my pen. Give me 1 second. Let me get my pen because it's important to me that I get a pen. Okay, here we go. Yep. Oh, I have the pen right here. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So your first question is, do I think that the electoral commissioner is going to let me on? I don't see why not. I don't see why not. You cannot live a life in doubt. You have to be optimistic in life. You cannot live a life right now, my brother, saying that, Biaja, do you know for a fact if you're going to wake up tomorrow? So because you don't know for a fact you're going to wake up tomorrow, you're not planning on getting a job because you might be dead tomorrow. That's not how you live life. You live life being optimistic. You see, because you don't have control over what happens tomorrow. So you set yourself up to the best possibilities for you to get the results that you want. That's how you live your life. So we are prepared now. And you cannot say just because you don't know what's going to happen, you're not going to go forward. So I don't understand the question. It's not even a question that you ask. That, oh, do you think the Electoral Commission is going to let you in? So what's the point? Is the point is because I don't think, don't keep on doing what you're doing. So just to get your mind right, that's not a question you ask. Okay, it doesn't, I'm being very direct with you. It doesn't make any kind of sense to ask that question. Because you have to live life being optimistic. To your second question, that I have to start at, or you think it will be better for me to start, there is no proof that it's going to be better for me to start at the parliamentary level. That which I want to do, if I go in at a parliamentary level, I won't be able to do any of that because the people who are in parliament with me will not allow me to do it because I'm going to threaten their life. You see? And the way they make money. If you understand Ghana politics and if you paid attention, you know that these people have raped Ghana in the last 32 years, and they will continue to rape Ghana if somebody doesn't stop them. You're not going to be able to stop them being a parliamentarian. I don't want to be a parliamentarian just to make money and be paid. I want to be a parliamentarian to impact my people and to impact Ghana. I want to be a president to be able to impact Ghana. You're not going to be able to impact Ghana being a parliamentarian. You see, you can join a group of criminals for them to continue to rape Ghana at a parliamentary level, and you end up getting paid, but you don't make any impact. So if you understand the system, then you know that the point of impact cannot be at the legislative level because the president controls the legislature, controls the judiciary, controls the executive. That's how the constitution is laid out, you see? And that's more reason why we need to start at the presidential level to change the powers that the president has. So that's how it is. And that's why we're going in at the presidential level. All right, my brother, thank you very much. Hopefully you learned something from that. So we shall go to, who do we have? Phil. Phil, talk to me. What's your question?
Okay, good evening from
Good
Ghana.
evening. Good evening. Good evening, my brother. What's good?
I hope you are doing well.
I am fabulous. Speak a little louder for me.
Sure. So, Kofi, just before my question, just to add a little bit to what my brother did, my brother asked the question you just answered. I think he asked that question based on past experiences.
Of
Okay.
whose past experience, his or mine?
No, not you. I mean past experiences in terms of electoral processes.
Okay.
You know, we anytime currently we have MPP in power. NDC sees the electoral commissioner as somebody who is working for MPP. When NDC is in power and the electoral commissioner is appointed, MPP also sees the electoral commissioner as enemy to them.
Sure.
Currently, I have spotted a video online that suggested that Cheddar, one of the independent candidates, was even stopped from campaigning around the Virginia traffic light area. I don't know how true it is, but what my brother asked, the Electoral Commission is capable. They use techniques, strategies, and other things just to get you out of the way when they realize that you are a threat to move MPP or NDC. Because Kofi, whether we like it or not, we had die-hard supporters who are MPP, who are NDC. No matter what you do, whether they are doing good or bad, they will still go for them.
Absolutely. And there's
So,
nothing
Kofi,
wrong with it.
Sure. My question now is, have you already contacted Electoral Commission for your processes? And if yes, how far have you gotten to? Because some of us, we are really yearning for change. We are
All right.
really yearning for change.
All right.
So that
So
is my
great
question
question.
number one.
Okay.
And question number two, as Ghanaians, you know, we have this kind of mentality. Already our minds are polluted. We see the wrong to be the right. What are you going to do to change the mindset of Ghanaians when you are able to, or when you are given the nod to lead this country?
Okay. Excellent questions. And if we could keep the questions at 2, so we could go through everybody's questions, that would be great. So I appreciate the first 2 speakers who we have brought up. If you could keep it to 2 questions, that would be great. So I appreciate it. So electoral process, if okay, so you don't need to contact the electoral commission for anything. What happens is the electoral commission has a schedule. Electoral commission has a calendar. So when the nomination period opens up, then you will pick up your forms and you will fill out your forms, and then put your phone on mute for me, please. Put your phone on mute for me as you're listening. So when the electoral commission's period for nomination begins, they open up the period, you pick up your forms, you fill it out, and you submit it. You don't need to contact the electoral commissioner for anything. Okay, if you want to run for an independent candidate, when the time comes, they will send you the nomination form, and then at that time you will print it out and you fill it out and you submit it, and then they will validate it to make sure that all the information you have on it is correct. If it's correct, then they will, and they don't have any challenge, or they don't have any agenda with you or anything, they will prove you, and then you get your nomination to be on the ballot and you go to the election. That's how it works. So the period between now and when the calendar opens up, there's nothing you do. Are you with me? Do you understand that?
Kofi, I do.
Okay, good. So that's number one.
Okay.
Number two, mindset as far as when we get in. When we get in, there's going to be a revolution of the intellect. And it starts at kindergarten. The curriculum needs to change. And the government needs to spend time and care for the people of Ghana. See, the best way to change people, for them to be patriotic, for them to understand your commitment to their lives, is to put into their lives. When you put into people's lives and they see that you care genuinely about them, they open up, and then you're able to change them. And that's when we're going to do a revolution of the intellect. You see, most of the things that has caused Ghanaians to think the way that we do is because the Ghanaian government does not do anything to help the people. We have not invested in our people. Everything around us points to the fact that you have to fend for yourself. Okay, so once that changes and people feel that, listen, the government cares for me, the government is putting in programs to help me with my social life, with my professional life, my mental life, psychological life, then people open up, and that's when the change comes. But right from kindergarten, we're going to put in systems and programs and interventions to change people. So that's how we change the mindset. The best way to change the mindset is by affecting the environment. If the environment changes, people's minds change. You can't change a mindset without changing an environment. Our environment is now pro Ghana, pro the wellness of people. It's anti the wellness of people. You can't change anybody's mindset like that. Okay, so thank you very much, Phil, for your questions. Let's go to uh, hey,
Kofi.
yeah, who's this?
Hello, Kofi. Please, are you there?
I'm here. Who's this?
Yes, this fell.
Uh-huh.
This fell. This fell.
I answered your 2 questions.
Yes, but I want some,
You want to do
I want
what?
some clarification on the first one. I want some clarification on the electoral processes issue.
Go ahead.
Good. You did make mention of a window being open for you. It is true. It is not as easy as you have said it. Okay. From the past experiences that we all know, the windows will be open as you rightly stated. However, we have witnessed some before where they use technicalities, okay, to disqualify applicants. So in the event you find yourself in that situation, what is going to be your action or remedy to that?
Well, the technicality to disqualify has nothing to do with a period where they open up for filing. The question you asked was specifically about when we're going to file. Okay, so in terms of if they're going to use technicality, you have to do well to make sure that possibility for technicality is down to zero. And that means you're going to file, get all your people lined up way in advance. We know what the nomination form looks like. We know what the information is that is on there that they require. What is true is true. If I get fail and I say fail, we need your electoral voting card, and you help us fill a form that you vouching for Kofi Granting, and we get all the information, and we take a picture of you signing the paper, and we have an ID to verify that Phil is the one who signed. Then electoral commissioner cannot come back to say that Phil is denying that he signed. Are you with me? So once you do that, the only technicality the electoral commission can use is the technicality that you allow them. So if there is no possibility of a technicality, they cannot make one up unless you allow them. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why I was disqualified in 2020 was because I did everything right, but I did not lock the gate. You see? So if you don't lock the gate, then they could come in and say, oh, you didn't do this. So this time we're going to do everything right and then lock the gate so nobody can get in and change anything. Do you see the difference? Phil, are you?
Yes, I get you. Yes, I'm
Exactly.
here. I get you. Thank you.
So they will come in and make an attempt. They will come in to make an attempt to use technicality if you don't lock the gate on them. Okay, so you have to. We did the right things. And if you listen to what the electoral commissioner said when he announced us to have not qualified, they said, "Oh, and with Kofi Granting, the technical team found everything right, but people came in and said they did not sign the forms." How can you have somebody who signed the form? We took the ID and everything, and the person comes back to say that, oh, Phil is saying that they didn't sign the form. We have Phil's information. Where did we get Phil's information? Did we steal it? No, we talked to Phil. We got information. They committed to filling form. So if Phil comes back and says, I changed my mind, you didn't lock the gate. So now you have to go a step further in making sure that what Phil says, you have some type of recording of it so that if Phil says that he didn't do that, you could say, Phil, this is you saying that. You can't go back and say you didn't say that. That's locking the gate. So that's different. So you cannot use that to disqualify a person because everything we have done is permissible in court. Am I making sense?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So we have to not only do it well, but do it well and lock the gate. It's almost like Mahama comes back. Mahama's saying that, oh, we did a national development plan and the MPP did not utilize it. Well, if you did a national development plan and you did not entrench it in the constitution, then you cannot enforce it. And anybody who comes, they will come and they will follow their manifesto. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference between locking things up. It has to be locked up so that nobody can have the liberty to say, I choose to do it one way or the other. You force them into doing it. So that's how things are going to be different. Do you understand now?
Yes, very well. I understand.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you understand.
I'll be glad. I'll be glad even after the program if we can talk behind the scene.
Anytime, my brother. Thank you so much.
Sure, sure, sure.
Let's go to
Delicious.
Is it I see DII. So how's that delicious? It's delicious.
Delicious.
You see, I got you. I was watching you. So I don't see an L. I see DII. Tell me if I'm wrong. Unless, of course, you did not know that your name has been spelled incorrectly on there. It's supposed to be, oh, see, delicious left. See, now she found out that okay. So delicious, you could come back. It's not supposed to embarrass you, but the way your name is spelled, maybe it's supposed to be spelled D-I-L-I, D-I-L-I, but you have it spelled as D-I-I. If I am wrong, tell me. And if you want to be called delicious, I will call you delicious, but the way as oh wait, why is everybody dropping off? Ladies, what's going on? Okay, so anyway, let's go to listen, delicious or delicious, anytime you want to come, please feel free, come and ask questions. Songhai Emperor, talk to me.
All right, Mr. Kofi, how are you?
I am fabulous. I my bro.
I mean, I just wanted to talk about that topic because, you know, it's not only educated people you're trying to convince here. We need to be speaking some more Cree as well to get people on board. Yeah. But anyway, what I wanted to say today is this. Forgive me if because you know, my families are around, so I want them to hear what I'm saying as well. Anyway, so I think what the first guy was trying to say is that the political climate right now is a bit, should I say, settled for some people, like the NDC and NPP. And we know the climate right now, there's a demand. The youth are asking for a specific party so that they can align themselves with that party. It's not because it seems like they're tired of this NDC and NPP.
You're right.
So they need a new force that can take them, can give them the confidence, even if you can't fulfill. At least there is a demand. They want to hear you say you understand them and you are on board with them. And this is why I keep bringing it all the time. You know, we need to be able to bite into what they need. The policies are good, but right now it seems like they are hasty to separate ourselves from the usual things that our political parties has been used to.
Sure.
So for me, we only have up to 5 months or so. I think we should try and establish a way forward so that we can reach the masses. Because it pities me when I come here and only see only 40 people, 50 people there and there, and all the message we are giving is all positive. But people, it's like it's not connecting with the people.
How do you know?
Well, the thing is, I'm always following. You know, I'm always following you when you come online. I see how many people are watching. You know, and we've talked about it before. Like, if we were talking about sexual activities, you see so many people here. But how are we connecting to the youth, or are we connecting to the people on the ground rather than the people online? If that is the case, then how do we expand it?
Yeah,
That is where my concern is.
Okay, but you know that this platform is only one of many platforms that we have. We have a ground network in all the 16 regions that we're pushing. We have multiple platforms. So this is just one sample of the buffet that we are having. So if I come here every day to eat rice, but that doesn't mean rice is the only thing on the table.
Okay. So going forward, okay. In the morning, I came in and I wanted to talk to you, but because of work, so I had to leave earlier. What I wanted to say about that was, I heard other people are, is it a request or demanding that you align yourself with certain group of people to form alliance?
Mm-hmm.
What I'll say to that, and I don't know whether it should be a question or just an advice, be careful, because we know some people are in it for a specific reason. So be careful
what do you think the reason is? What do you think the reason is?
Well, the reason is I can see from afar that there are certain group of or certain party has brought in another kind of individual to come and destabilize and separate the what do you call it, because they have seen what the youth are requiring. So they want to try and divert some of the vote from some of the major parties.
Okay.
And this is why I want you to be careful, because that could be the end game for those parties. I don't want to mention names, but I think you are a smart person, so you know this already. So I want this to be for the Ghanaian youth, okay? Because everything, I come in sometimes and stay in the back to listen to what you're saying, and the messages are all positive. But we have to be able to separate our grain from the you know what I mean. And that is what I want to say to that. So it's not a question, it's just an advice to try and
Thank you. A lot of people are asking that we merge with some people, but they don't understand that these people could all be setups.
Yes.
I am glad that you're saying that, and that's why we're also very careful, and we haven't merged yet. We're still looking at possibilities, but we're also still looking at people's operations and how they're doing stuff, because we know that they've been put in by the NDCM people to destabilize for those of us who are purely authentic. So we appreciate your counsel, and hopefully the people who are online have heard, and they will take, they will heed to that advice. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. So now let's go to Nana Boache. Nana Boache Yedom. Okay, Nana Boache Yedom. Okay, Nana Boache, talk to me.
Mr. Kofi, good evening.
Masa Ichiawa, it's saying.
Brother Dumuna also.
Come on.
Yes. And radio, my question is, you're here for now. We say how are you going to pay them?
What's your
I'm a member of the New Vision movement, and I know what you're doing, the good news and the good policies you are bringing on board.
All right.
So I want to know, how are you going to pay them? Are you going to pay them through their landmarks or their titles? Yeah.
All right. Inti ahemfo bia ebetua omoka no. Ohene bia no a owo asase a odiso hene no. Yepe asase ne de aye farms. Say wetie ni a say de wo ken a wonim say your primary policy no agriculture. Inti ye nya asase amfa anno afu na ye nya sika. So inti ye betua omoka. Said the woman be releasing woman's house, and I might say it be you queer. Ye assassin say ye beton, excuse me, near the edidi and ye de be queer specifically for queer. Ye de queer na sika ebe free queer no maba no be near near the ama woman based on size of woman assassin woman be releasing ama government. They make come at us here. Inti enye sika bia ye kobobosia ne de abetua mo de bi. A sika ye be generated from farms na ye be yen. And one you be based on asase a wɔn edi ɛso hene no size. Pacho, what you say?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yɛde ne nyinaa ase. Yɛnkɔ Ubuntu. Yɛnkɔ Ubuntu. Fadeɛ bra. Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Obi a pɛ sɛ ɔbɛ request na ɔbɛba so no na nipa mmienu na ɛwɔ aseɛ hɔ a baako yɛ red, baako yɛ blue no wɔamia so na waba so na yɛne wadi nkɔmmɔ ɔba so nso pɛ na wɔamute phone. Mmedu a ne afrɛ wo na yɛama wakasa. Nti obi what's nigga mute phone. Ubuntu kasa. Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu woni hɔ de a ɛne ne yɛkɔ MP Doc kasa.
Yeah. Nana make I black coffee me chiao. Didn't I'm from black coffee say me so me coffee ntino.
Sanity here.
Me chiao but one say I think that is the second time. Maybe saw some questions near the other. And this time around me bo abaso to be honest. One say maybe koso ye ma any man kasa. So we check him page 4 na. See adwene na sebi I don't know. See adwene na siu say plans in the taxes na siu. Both parties no. They mean sure na make so MPP ni NDC. They say omo parties are omo reigning in Ghana now. What you say? And omo bu oman omo na mpanyifo a ye ni mo ma se koto about this party no omo na competition omo na rule. I nim say in Ghana these two political parties are ruling now. What did they make?
Yeah.
Now you share from 2000. The influence from 2000. These two political parties, no more affiliate 100%. On the did make us you share plans on what the go improvement be improvement be na or more improve like on the man do how to say way 10 years time, be say 20 years time, be say na abba or man ye who be sa. And what normally pains me personally say we have every resources and I be biana yede o man yi ade biana o man bia wo de o man yi no we have it. A dent me problem you a dent na o man no yentimi nya ne yi because ye tu kwan no ya be say krom na krom yi ay kokokoko so no niema yan Ghana for cry why ye kro yi no o ni bi. Yeah, what times more than there. So the reason is a damn problem, and then a car. Or by your money, your mind. This is my this say between one and me. And one thing now, me power about you. Say, wo semitio pa Mr. New pa me do a church and yende. Me tio one sema wokan. Price out odi agu kwan mu no. Me say it will cry out share him. Now watch it. To be honest, me I didn't mean pen our boss one me cash no madam for back frame was mean to be more from Ghana or frame said Minia Charlie Ghana say you say me go to Abana Ghana woni bibi okwa ento aba ma NDC ento enkase go to connect to ba ento ma NDC ento ma MPP to ma another party yenim se wonya ba to ma no eti what dem make come information for me be some question me pen am Minia ba minia be ma wo hwe me papa minia obi a wo hwe me hwe se unkoto aba this year kura na ko okwa me pa chow se wodo nyame na nyame sum ni wo ye kramoni wo ye bosum sum ni a na se wo so wodo nyame a me pa chow to ma another party and to ma NDC me MPP a party bi aba ubatu ni bi a hwe na nimu a e wani gye no bi atoma na ntoma MPP to sa vote no kana fi se unkoto aba wo de to sa vote no ma no
Would they talk about you?
That because me
would you see making and see making sure say who to aba now say one to ma MPP, one to ma NDC, to ma obia obetumi di change aba say woka say and to ma MPP to ma NDC to ma obia say nipa akona wo to ama no onye MPP NDC no. So yeah, you mama MPP NDC na edwaba back to MPP NDC na wudwane nti no Mama ye can't specific because many
Okay.
may advise am the move. Don't just say and 2 men this in 2 man MP because one solve a problem no. So
Good.
I mean my example.
On say data go fi make us and say obi o ha na say men to aba no kra.
But one
It no say me so ma kan we now the education be out form. Am I me that say.
Good. Because we can say one to abana cry now say we convince say onko to abana. So onko to abana onto my NDC and MPP there. And you onto ma Kofi Granting. Not to say because to you say ne funti no say onto abama MPP NDC no. Ne because we ma letting down for taking.
Yeah.
Say onko to ma
Yeah.
na nipa kono nso ama perform a na eno na confirm in them say manka me ka say men to aba na menua ubuntu ayi menua MP dog be ka say men to aba ma obia other than MPP NDC me kwaye pe once wo let me down because one to ama Kofi Granting until next time no the MP be can mintie so well because your kotoma no so yoye until tuma obia obehu de yoye said the wubenya insuranso a positive abaka say oh say advice here or the man nya a bibie papa be free maba inti don't just misdirect people redirect them to be ebeboa wo ma brabo which is Kofi Granting. That's the only way because one to my MPP one to my NDC no ko too much chairmantia or you right back to MPP because MPP for no almost say or minor woman na chairmantia ba ebi no they ba be o minor ntina akoya na ba so how the American nti very important say into aba emma MPP NDC na mum tuma Kofi Granting be very specific obia nti masema American minia.
Oh, nice one. I say what you musa. On say me twen adwen to see ade bi so. What you say because on say obi wo ha and some how kan nyina no obobu nwiagu na so say o mente e bi kra no nim Kofi Granting no nim atiase no nim ana onim bibisa nti what you say no ama ono so ate me kra no so mate it mean say the o kan ni next time be me two man down for no make say two man nipa ni say o say nti two man na mo on say that here second once okay say agriculture sector no this is the place you will tackle. Na and then me person me ginchiri mu kakra free wo nchen. Say identity na say agriculture sector o person will tackle. And a second, who catch them say mebuka say industrial like companies are company the companies. This is the two things man I feel say me jina so say at least Ghana ni ba bia to abama na hon mi no nka o ma me se me ho ase yi wo ho de enti a wo say o pese wo tackle agriculture sector no and after that industrial works no industrial be the companies no na e be bi ama Ghana yanyem mabuni anya dwuma ye enti me pese o bo ho mienu mi ense bi ana ma me point bi se le be ya obi so betimi abam na bi sa point bi o ma me na yeko
Matthias here. Okay, into agriculture, the interest here agriculture and say aduane the most expensive item. Nipa what you can't do without because I'm out for 3 times a day. I'm out for twice a day. So it doesn't make sense say we are now here on mine. Now we talk with aduane free ubi ho. So we bet me a produce aduane because enu save sika. Nti ye de kasa de ye de kai ense se ye to aduane efri baabia nso Ghana ye to aduane pa efri amanone nti ye foreign exchange reserves na ebi ni ho a se se yesu ho ama ye sidi kwa na ekofom no ye de to aduane ana ne emfa enu aduane no wa ha so ena baabia nso wiase mu baabia no wo benya sika ese se wo start free agriculture adenti because agriculture require the least investment to make the most amount guaranteed because nipa bedidi. Untumi nye aduane obi bi say oni ubewu. Nti machines ne investment bi abaye no what the share aduane. So because omaima bedidi. Nti omaima edidi no na eno nso ema oman no enye sika because one man opportunity ema when dia obeto aduane na free outside. Ade necessary ordinary sika koto aduane from outside. Uko ShopRite, no money stores, malls here ye be wo Ghana ina enuane egumu na efi abrochiri na eba. You betumi aye equivalent of that ewo Ghana. Can you imagine uko ShopRite me fa one aisle and you may gum one aisle no left and right, near 50 or left, near 50 or right, more than that ni na anye Ghana made. Until look at the income we are losing. So, into what the agriculture and the base identity because the honey the cheapest to invest and get a return. Until you invest in your agro-based industries now, the benyan ye divya the bekana near added value near export to your export to one bit in dollars. Dollars you bit your can near the chia ye cut down because yet ye na ye chia cut down, ye beba before mine aqua. China for near do more than anybody else, or rather for mine. The empress ye be farmer in Tina, as I say, you chia yeka. They say, you know, Sika yen na ni di chiaka. Sika ba or man munana, and it baby a kawono about the same, almost 100% debt to GDP. You can't build a nation on a deficit. Fact. Nti ya fayeti anko agriculture no ni surplus. Na ya ntua ye cut down. Ni amfa bi enwu ye central bank. Foreign exchange reserve. Ni amfa expect ya amfa expand ye industry base anye enyoma more. Ebedu baby car ni ntumi nko biu. As I said, you two car no ho parts na near ton because car ni nye juma engine a shut it down. Bibia nye juma. So, inti sa necessary ye inti ni agriculture. As far as industry, any companies are making, say ade no wo banche. No one add value. One fanye starch, one fanye sorbitol, one fanye ethanol. Banche no otono banche sa na ade ama bruni no de akoye sa na ma. Inti say wo be factories e betime use banche na ebe add value. So, oton moma obi. Na wo ye nipa bi a wo pe jollof a ono no to wo mo na o de be jollof o de be rice water o de be mutuo o de be diewu onya 4 enioma o de be plain rice there be 5 fried rice ni na 6 enioma no benya free emo so de wo ton emo ne keko ono no beto a o de kwa restaurant o de ye enioma 6 wo ton emo nti ono no be beat in terms of value add. Nti factory na ye no yet to add value say ye mo na ye ton no ye di bi be ye krom ha e bia e ton fried rice and jollof ne mutu na ye the foreign rice Vietnam ni free ba for the most part any China or no China ni ne ba krom beto mo na wo no panyimfo nyansa na wo fam nti no e mo no kra na ye dua wa ha no ye ntumi add value e ma ye nyusu. So nti enu nti na ye beye factories no na bibia ewo oman mu no ye add value to the highest point. Ye di free ha kwa abrochira broni ntumi add value bio je say ye di mu de na ansa na ye de akọ na agimu sike na ansa na ye de amabroni sana broni yen broni mfa ne bibia ma wa onni mu de nwie odi mu de na awie oto akwen no kra no osi o ade kra ye tokne kra mpo a ebese ya asase ye fam Africa for ni akosesa wo second hand ni o ma bigu ye krum na ya adeso ama ye pinyifo na dwen e wo fam ye ka enye se ye di atam ye ka no kre na akire mu oh broni ehu se wa ya ade ne wadi mu awie fi mu nam dompen mu dompen kro oto akwen kro se memfa ma Africa for no mo kofifim na second be bia na mo Ghana bia second hand no man ko mattress ni adwunso agum na Ghana ni beto akoda so because you ntumi nya mattress ya na e niwu ye foam Lebanese for ne control foam ash foam my work Ghana Lebanese for there iti ye just say ye de dem pa na ye ya na ye niwu so iti once ano eno no nti menua yeda ase MP Ubuntu waba ana still a what
Mr.
so
Medase pa.
Ubuntu
That's
wo
pa.
yeda ase menua munni e ho adanse okay Ubuntu wo
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm your
okay kasama ye menua Ubuntu kase bisa a question.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening.
Me pacha me Ghana here na me wo. Me request
nti ana only question.
Me question.
Only be said.
Me request first, but na minu ebi na oni me gi echinye bi. O say o kasa na o say ono o say on to abe cry bi wa bre.
I don't blame
See,
them.
be last me starting home be last 3 weeks day.
Okay.
And I made the trend say when I say when I be see Ghana. Aha, me kan ho nsem chen be ono o se wa to aba obi aba de oye na anoye. Nti enya de ono be to bi. Nti na menene kasa.
Omra no metie bi keke. On the omra no metie bi keke. Yeah.
Mate. Me pacho, me question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me question here housing. Baby a yet no. Efiro ano oni toilet wo fie ho. Ejare ni fie ho. Oni ejare wo fie ko jare wo ye next way. Na ejare no nso udware wi a obesisa nso no ansa wakotu egu gatem.
Would stop. Would him say Debbie and I call and I hear no. Ye call or dogono. Would him a young one said it's so funny. Let me tell you what happened. And then you call dogono. Ye nam or dogono a ye call baby a ye corner. You say mammy be or day and toma abonu young girl. Maybe in her 30s. So young woman. Or then to my bone almost send who now. Ena what fence you na ba bedu kwano ho na obehwie nsu ni ku na me bisa me ho se na ma me address se obi a udware na wo betu nsu outside ena esi mi tirim se obehwe na wo mu ni drainage system nti nsu no esese obetu bu abonten. It's the funniest me see and anopeya be 8:15 8:20 na saa se mi see here. Inti na wo kana ya ampa kire say I never in all my life would have thought to say ye were dware bi wo ho no ma wo dware wi say wo se nsu kotugu outside and nepe na me hu bi because me pass me nti me hu bi a me hwe and I'm say ade said you nsu you obetu egu outside you work say if you dware na obetu egu obaya into the road na obehwie nsu gu ye na hwe ba bi onam a okọ back na me hwe na chi saa na I'm say Mami, you never know better to show you. Inti, what's my kind of fair prove my point, Tamam, into the coso.
Me that's it. Me pacha say any day who be there brawe labadi.
Sir.
Labadi. Labadi there.
Labadi, you pass it. You can't.
Oh, sorry. And yeah, no, and I had a nyekra. Oh, nti nti me way no. Me number one we are I have me buy housing. All right. How do
you better catch about you better catch master of toilet to say me here toilet. Okay, nti for the fact of the matter is that 60% of Accra and Ghana, 60% of Accra, the capital city, in this sewer system. The capital city, after 67 years of independence, the number one in gold in the whole of Africa, number 6 in the world. We make over $20 billion from gold every year. Zero value add. At 10 times value, no, a $200 billion. 60% any sewer system. It is our banner also who could to my NDC and MPP. Ubuntu bien I mean can't sika yenya from gold 1 year no you bet me a year sewer systems were gone a year the whole of Greater Accra region 1 year. You bet yeah no I subway system, I road system, the whole of if I go from 1 year. You bet me they are building Accra to a first world standard for Greater Accra. Into Ubuntu catch me the entire I'm saying, Emma Ubuntu. You're wild. What's the nigger, Yanko? Yane Ubuntu, ye ba, ye housing, no, ye sewer systems. Sewer systems said ye were bruchin and they said, one will lay sewer systems now, Ubia Wusi dino. We are tunnel now, Kotum. We are tunnel into be a Wusi dino, and one said, a standard. 1 year no ye mount approval would you see dino. Would you cut na den? Then be a ubisi no, as I say, inspector, but no be inspect, no, I say, when meaty guidelines say water, what plug water, why your gas, why your way, ensure any sewer with toilets, any with drains now, why ya a cut the major veins no. Government na aye infrastructure na de da baby. It is a who sit down wa na main sewer line 200 feet away. Who necessary we a underground system na kotum. Yes, I we my license. And my own fancy down. Standard. Ya sisi ya dan ya scatter gun na baby ya sit down. Oni baby toilet ko. Oni baby insuo ko. Oni baby Johnsoko. Na krumu na bon because for toilet to Google beb anopani abi hwe gugotem. NDC MPP mo per power na musu mu di akire. Kojo akwa question is saying.
Yeah, Kofi, that's it. The question is nyame boara ba via some 4 years me NDC aye me MPP aye uba betwa so ana wo betwa so papa wo bonesu wo example infancy ni amuna MPP 42 uba be kata so na say papa na wo betwa so afi so wo ka bibi say uba be start with agriculture no 4 years no uba combine ni say na aye effective na the next election no let's say any I'm yet to vote too into your next election. The question.
Okay. Second question, Mantiasi, we say mayor the same.
Yeah, say also go into agriculture. And I'm somewhere your project go over minimum so bet trust us I won't trust. And to my great can effective. A Bema Ghana for any hour maybe 4 years now. So it's dear meeting a conversation when me ask to Obama for re-election because they have a person of the call.
Okay.
Next step.
Very good. Very good. Inti the attorney say ye ba non-essential projects na no ye be suspended. Because ye mpese ye di sika kakra ye wono ekoshe non-essential projects. Which say bibi to say cathedral ye ntwaso. Even though at some point ye be completing because you say you know as you say ye income. Ni ye di ye enyoma bi a ehu hia ebe ma even more income. As you see generating wealth. The Sikano, you had better agriculture, you had better you have the best essential projects. So, into project of whom here, as I said, you had the best near complete our projects. Because Monkai said, as I said, you but in as an emergency response team. You de babe and you may be a Ghana. So, Nti projects ɛho hia nkwa no na yɛba abɛtoa so because yɛkɔ sɛ yɛkɔyɛ biribiara because wɔma start nti yɛkɔwie a sika no bɛsa. The main thing a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ ne sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ nneɛma a ɛbɛma income aba. Na Ghana bɛyɛ self-reliant. Yɛwɔ processes, agriculture, yɛ adwuma, yɛnya sika, yɛyɛ factories no ne ade. Sɛ wonya income na a wonkɔ yɛfrɛ sɛ World Bank, IMF, nkɔgye sika a, ayɛ sɛ wogyina wo nan so. Yɛnya saa income na ɛba mu every year, ɛba, then you can do other projects. But wonkɔyɛ biribi a require sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wokɔbɔ bosia. And that's not smart. Agriculture, yɛbɛyɛ no, yɛba abɛntrenche no in the constitution, in the national development plan, nti wontumi nsesa no. So, nti yɛyɛ 4 years koraa na yɛkɔ koraa mpo a deɛ ɔba biara no ɛsɛ sɛ ɔbɛtoa so. Na agriculture no in 6 months pɛ, Ghanafoɔ bɛstart yɛhu results. Nti by yɛbɛkɔ 1 year no na results a Ghanafoɔ ahu. Wodua bankye a 6 months pɛ na abɔ. Nti yɛyɛ agriculture no na even cry first 9 months no anaa first 6 months no yɛde prepare land. Na first year, na at the end of the first year no na wobɛhu results from agriculture no paa mpo a. Deɛ mobɛhu first year no ɛbɛma mo awerɛhyɛmu ne projects yɛbɛyɛ no sɛ menyɛ campaign. Wobɛhwɛ w'abrabɔ mu ahu sɛ akɔyi ɛsɛ yɛma no 100 years. Menyɛ campaign. Wodeɛ monhwɛ. Mese menyɛ campaign. Modeɛ monhwɛ. Menyɛ campaign. But nneɛma a yɛbɛyɛ no, Ghanafoɔ no bɛka sɛ akɔyi deɛ ɔntena so forever. I don't want to. I don't have any intention to. But nneɛma a yɛbɛyɛ no mo a mobɛhu. Nti ɛno saa na ɛwɔ hɔ. Nti yɛda ase me nua yɛnkɔ yɛwie Kwadwo wɔ ha. Yɛnkɔ Jamal. Jamal, talk to us. Then ɛkɔ. Jamal. Okay.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, talk to me.
Okay, the mechia no masachia ya omo line so nyina. We there a few questions be. One, I think say me put you no first because very important. And it said, how far have you gone with your registration with Electoral Commission?
Okay.
And first question, Patrick, can you respond to that and send me the next one?
Okay, registration with the Electoral Commission, omie registration into untumenya here, just will be on a calendar started late September into be and on be advice or forms or the amount a year specific. So into untumenya forms here the amount last 4 years and fill forms and so amount forms for this year. Now I fulfill it. No actual requirements is say we now into ono no me period time now we won't many BBS out on a channel.
Okay, because the entire me busasa is saying, to be honest with you, me I see say Electoral Commission no. For sure, if you look at the way things is going no. Which means say even the referee now kasobabe stand judge between Obiano wa take stand. So they try say Obia onim say obetimi cause problem mama either NDC or MPP and they try to sabotage that person. Say be omumanu ntimi mbambe because even if it's 0.0% it counts. So omu fasa ni money in the agro. And which is clearly yenina said the nipa yenim the air koso they can the Electoral Commission can do that. Fine. So my next question so they say nyama and you are also talking about constitution. Is it possible say nyame adom na fan say we are sorry china yesi Yeah, two about now you're president. How are you going to manage the parliamentarians? Because I'm not sure. So I say, because you cannot do without them.
That's not true.
Okay, so how are you going to do? Because minimum says, or constitution more, it has to go through parliament.
The constitution one, it goes to a referendum to the people of Ghana and then to parliament. Into parliament, they need say beer on what happens in changing the constitution. They make out as here.
Matthias, so you think says you can do it without the parliament.
And you be they make they make say when it comes to changing the constitution, I will be some specific question.
That's it, yes.
May mouse specific answer. When it comes, but a group parliament, they don't have a right or the power to say yes or no to anything. It just goes through as a matter of process. But the people who make a decision on the change of constitution are the people of Ghana in something called a referendum.
Okay.
Now, day-to-day activities, the entire president the majority. Patch of our phone to mute. Jamal,
media no.
For 2 minutes. The entire president bia pese unya majority ewo parliament and ne say on pese oye bibia unya objection. Ube wiesika aye projects aye ayakayaka dia on objection. They fight to get a majority. Said the woman be agenda in parliament. Me, I don't need a majority, I don't need a minority. Unim di Jamal, because I dare me, for the benefit of Ghana for anyway. Inti why never objected to the MMA. Me ye car kwine, Accra to Burkina, 10 lane. Obeka se Kofi menye. Arena obeka se menye. Why would the majority or minority make an attempt to stop me? Say, I dare me for the benefit of Ghana for. Incidentally, no. Parliamentary biano answer to the constituents. Say me ye be a beboa the constituents now. Why would they want to stop me? But what's a say?
Oh, Matthias, because I know say scout baby saying no be fine. I don't know, maybe I can be free. Although I know say there is money in Ghana, if not because of corruption, I know. But in some how can any project never any it's very serious something that a bit here ketwa. So I say so a bit why be through loan. So I say
Oh, can't you? We am a finance minister.
So I say
Who become me and I can't me?
Oh, me is ABR, me fan say is reality.
Reality as per who?
Say sky the best idea we know. And yes, because sewage system here okay.
Yeah, me say yes, one our project. We are architects and now we are construction.
We are construction.
Yeah. Inti na say sika the be na enye sika ketwa. One our project no.
Oh, you say ye kra ebia me no wa yenye ebia fancy yenya aban sika bi awia ne adi. Ebi kra na itimi si dan ba ku bi si ba bi ana se dan mi no bi si ba bi so you know the cost involved one.
The first question you should ask ansana what make determination is say Kofi ehi na obenye sika na fi. Won bi say me question now in making assumptions.
I am na yes me say baby scan be free so fine you are right about that. And my last question also na ebi obi so aba. Yeah, someone pese me buso mpepacho why a research about Ghana pa like say what travel Ghana hu I assess the situation what Ghana pa any the like what problem what Ghana pa. Say be a why is assessment now question.
Okay, T. A more be an adult said you need to travel the whole of Ghana and Sana where who Ghana problems. They make a you nipa ye nipa or baby nipa biani pe ediane edi ediane papa edi meboa catch me.
Yes.
Nipa bia pe baby a obe lay ne head obenya housing papa tnem toilets a womb bathrooms womb ubenya living room ubenya ne basic amenities ubenya TV ubenya ne kitchen ubenya ne duane nipa bia wukọ China wukọ South Africa wukọ South Pole saa nneɛma no yɛ nneɛma a nipa bia require the boy aka kyerɛ.
Yes, sir.
Ubia ɔbɛwo baabia no pɛ sɛ ne ba no ɛkɔ school papa no nya a better education na ɔbɛyɛ better sen ɔno the boy aka kyerɛ.
Sir.
Obi obewo baby a pese ne ba no enya exposure to playgrounds ne ba no ni ji onya recreation oye sports na na adwin mu bie obi a oye nipa bi o ti wiase no pese onya healthcare facilities a oyare a okoho no onya ayarehwe ayaresa obi a oye young person bi a pese onya access to good employment no nye adwuma said you benya sika no no so betu dia tototo no benya a lifestyle me boy catch.
Yes, of course.
You don't need to travel the whole of Ghana to know these things me boy catch.
Sometimes who say who understand this situation on the ground it also gives you a better idea.
He said then catch me to say then Diana, I have
to say Diana say o ka say o ko baby a who say o baby dware a o di nsuo begu baby kwa na wonnim say bi o mo yes ade no.
Until train stop right there. Very good point. Until the maye esu sanka menhu ene de mehu ye na. Enanka maye sewer systems wo Ghana obi a dware no ekọ sewer systems no ma. Would it matter say mehu na menhu no? Would it matter?
Oh, so me cancer. I'm not saying say I'm disputing what you are saying, but my point is
conversation. But my point I mean making is say me who ye say me who say my corrective problem now doesn't solve it.
Material who can I say, but the point I'm making is say say who dear me here ebi a uba be di me so. Me na ba be di me so. You need to understand me and the problem I made me war. So me my travel or Ghana kakra like my koko baby I'm situations be initially no na me but me come around soon me ko say sana like ya catch the krama untimi nkan years na e den
Bibi to say then talk to me.
Oh my who bibi even education
Bibi to say then
education infrastructure okay access to potable water like a whole lot.
Okay,
media me carry me the noisy.
They may come. Say there is a science to building for human beings. There is a science. So science no say we build it for human beings. You leave that unturned. You don't need to go into anybody's neighborhood.
Okay.
I'm promising you that, and let me give you an example. Say, Lee Kuan Yew. I'm promising you that, and let me give you an example. Say, any of the great leaders of Yenya civilizations, you see, and Yadina Bagana said, Oma Ghana, Enye Juma. He's not going to go to everybody's neighborhood. Obe building BBS, a sort building, and I'm a kind, and you're my 10, I'm a kind, housing, healthcare, employment, education, transportation, telecommunication, security, recreation, markets, any functional central business district. So we'll build this our infrastructure we are. everything else connects the dots.
Oh,
Without a doubt, who would do, won't call the neighborhood do, obenya a heightened quality of life. You don't need to go into their neighborhood.
okay.
And prove me say me wrong. Because my research
Okay, Matthias, and I name me shoot me we shoot well so with electoral commission.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Momo Madena so Momo Yechidom. Why?
yeah, bomber chidom, but made an electoral commission now. Yeah, me we shoot well.
The only way I bet me, I can say, I had to say, yes, say, 8 COVID aba. Ubia bet me anya COVID. But the COVID never nasa was strong immune system into me now. We are healthier into me now. Mpacho what the American say. Inti Electoral Commission no only COVID. Inti the yebetumi dia ye de build the immune system. Ne say youth ni bia be make sure say wakoto aba ma Kofi Krante. Because so long as said numbers no a dozen na 12.5 million youth they no yenya 90% e kokoto aba ma Kofi Krante no. Womu be wiemu said den kra entumi nya effect on the outcome. But what the American say?
Oh, Matthias,
The focus, and yet to electoral commissioner because who will need control or maybe need control focus, baby. I what control necessary you put to energy, no. Yes, say you better catch the youth no more vote to because I heard na won't me your control into near wahano. I feel what you say.
Oh, Matthias, yeah, me shoot well, pal.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Wasi nigga. What's good?
Bisa kanjin bako na uze. Do meet you na me question na e baako but meet you nkofo na mo aba manim no especially the course is here no I say me no ohuni sa say wo de 8 years unya 8 years na de be yes anyume it is possible so bit my side but eso what say open national agenda obi aba wontimi mfa ne nsanka which is for myself to like maybe 50 years into obi obi an or betwa so it say yen who say as a bible mu no yakopɔ ka kire Moses say omunko mo ne pokase no musuro so omekɔ no zuro sa na eye bi mu ba mi de minim say wo no what na ba bi bebre nti no de wo kan unim kwan abefa so abaye na me de loud abo me say it is achievable because it's like say obi aye flash screen right now nya fi ne koy invention you have to study the person and you can also do it spontaneously. The question back the question didn't kind of about military bases. Okay. And when we say as a infringing on our sovereignty a little bit. Because so so now there's no way Ghana need the military no so you move military bases. You infiltrate with them on their farms and stuff like that. Eti e na wo betimi ayama omo yeba omo nye special to us ne mom baby no montana because so mutim ba ye for bu no ne yebetena dan se be mom bibi na omotim aye de on pe we yekro no so I want them enti bibi question back no and a second one so yeah we see registration is like September right enti no September no me hu ni say as MPP NDC ni de hook or crook they will be on the ballot. It's if say you make sure say would at least what could be paying am infringing in some way. Right now, I said they wouldn't kind you are going to lock the door. Intermediate, I am praying said the door will be locked and you're gonna have the key so that you'll be on the ballot. Because ballot we are going to make an impact. And to me, my question is make sure say it is really, really locked and you are on the ballot.
Yeah,
and some we made a mention about cathedral and say in your scale basic. Mr. We are sure say cathedral when you want to say be obesi in your scabros or obesi.
Your basic men can't that.
Okay, all right. Any question my transfer me that's it. Maybe the any military base, you know. Yeah.
Say me ba
Yeah.
All the projects are any essential. No, you best suspend the BB to say cathedral.
Okay.
The suspension of a cathedral doesn't mean say in yesika you the best waso. It's just say yesika and kotwaso say.
Mate, me that's it. Into military based question, no, which man answer me.
As far as military basis, yeah, non-aligned nation.
Okay.
Wo clearance we will pay with military base. So we be in the same clearance we wunya ewo ye krum with wo military base ball, wo military ewo krum and we will play ball. They make out access the America for so one be in the same access. Not to say you here, but so one be in the same access there. And you're not but we access are more willing to give us.
Okay. Mate. That's it. I think so answer me. That's it.
Very good. Yenko Paulina. Paulina.
Dada. Mr. Kofi, good evening.
Good evening.
And awesome. Na me wa question there by ya blaye a obaye koye ansa na blaye so koi Ghana for me nimu die on say dada amamo no monte ase o nti no edu ba bi no mbisa asem bia utimi sere saa because I was so who say Ghana for ye problem nyina ba bia wo ho to wo hu ba bia wo ho titiro ne obi a obesa nsuo e wo e fa ne say ba bia wadware awie no okuhwe egu abontin akurase e wo ho se wo hu wo ho akurase e wo ho
baby utara na wuntu ayi wo hodom na nkonkulgu baby
wo se obi wo ho a ase nsuo na etene kwatimi ye popo bibiro se ye fra ne say nti akam se ne ya na o matu ade wo akiri ho no masumenti inside nti nsuo ne se be ya popo bibire na ema na obi nkotia mu empanhwe nti no aha na wasa na wakoto agu ba bia mfuturo wo se wo hu se be ya mfuturo ne so anya hwekura so be tikakara aha nti no ni nyina ba bia wo nti say wo kuro mu ne de akurase so ebe wo ho so wo hu nti Ghana de ye problem nyina ye baako ba bia ne wo kuro mu no ebi so wa akurase so wo hu nti no nke hu hia kwampo so obebi sa because ono awa ya we say ne mi ken o te akurase a ebi wo ho na ebi so wo kuro nti ne okohu ya wudi hu adanse kura kire se nke hu hia kwampo so obebi sa because se me fa say pipe place ya wo kan se bana se nipa ni obi edwade na efase a se akurasi okrom obi ani wa obesa nsu atu agu okay ne dase ho na mpacho boy bi beka se pipe place asemu for wudwale wi a na wahwe agu me pacho me question na me bisa ne se ye broni krosu ha ye waidie construction yard ehu hia pa ene no nso emma oman no nipa ewo mu no nso emma omu adwuma the more na onsua so ne yetua ne ka nti ebeye adwuma kese pa wokuro no nti adofo no bebre na omatu kwan aba no construction adwuma no moye eno nso omansua but ombeduru ha no omoye no ne yetua omuka nti dada me question ni nyina ne se akwanya bi beba se in case obi toproto onye sikani na ne aka na nya construction sabe ye bebo o man sukura ni pay wom ni mrante ni maba wa na wom sukura atimi ama omo adwuma because construction adwuma ne ye adwuma e wokurom ha me ba ha etuo ntwa da bia e wo ho because o say aban no nesisi adan no edi ma nipa no wo sise ni owo sika pa e na to asase no no asi na de na o si no pipelines no so no wo ye because owo sika sikani ni wonti no sa pipelines no ene adwale na nipa ne bedwale a beye nyina sa problem no na akoba wo ho nti me pa chom si me bisa se eno no akwanya bi betimi aba mu sa sesikani na ento plot na aban no mom sisi adan na timi abo because ye ntamu ha say that time almost start ya omu be sisi adan e wo ha no pipelines ni nya because say ya aban no ono na eye nti ho start pipelines ni nya omu lay ni nyina ansana oma start ya omu si dan nti ombe wie no na pipelines ne da ho dada nti eno no memfa say we hia ni a nya fe na akọ top plot no wasi dan na what ye pipelines because I know you see cassette to me patron masema mi bisane say akwanya bi beba mu sa ebe me hu say ebe boa o man nipa na wo mu so amanya adwuma.
Very good question. Yeah, me say yes simple. Me say hey for me say obi ni ho no ma adwene ayen ye de ba no kura bi muntie say the be fix our problem simple kra me and ya Paulina asema we bi say ma me ma hu mu aye ebe wo de eba be ne say the Paulina and network of asase e wo odogo no se opese we see asase opese we see da wo koye ehun krata se opese we see dan no ansa na ebe ma permit se fa Sophie ebofo wo starting your foundation now would as part of bill it just say wo na wo onu asase no tia se ye ba be ye sewer system no any piping no ne water ne gas na ye bele ni de akoto the main one na government aye no
Okay.
nti the ba be ne say government ba employ plumbers, electricians, sewer contractors are ye do one mobile be school ye bet you said ye sa and your man standard. Ubia ukoto dan opese wusi ne esese eye a government approved contractor. No beba be di say adwuma na mawo. Ansa kra na wo wasi wo dan no.
Okay.
Na wo kotua asase ne ka ansa ne ye de paper be ma say asase we ye wo dia na wo besi no. Wo kotua sa aka no nti government wo koye wo kontrata say asase ne ye wo dia pe na government contractor no ono abeya ade na tuma ma wo.
Okay.
Say we besi dan no say wo si dan ya to ma wo. De bia obesi dan be wie no ye to ha ne ye sili nti contractor no obeba besi dan be ma no ye wi anu wabu na atom.
Okay.
Ye make am say
Pato Matthias pa.
nti woman who be say adwuma ni na ye government approved contractors.
Okay.
Nti say wo ko neighborhood bi a obie ni bibia wo ho a kwan kra bi ni ho wakokwaye mu no wakoto asase a ansana ayi lands de wo krata be ma wo no say wo betumi asase we ye odia no ese say wutumi tua from asase ne ye hwe asase na yedim say eye 1 mile away from a sewer system. So wutumi entua sa 1 mile away from a sewer system no ana yentumi emmeye say a remote place as say ye bebo ebia sade ne friend say septic tank mount near do steal we guma and no government contractor no beba be.
Okay.
Nti yes anyomani na awia na afi wo betumi asi wo dan because we see a ese se ekoto bibim
Sa
bia wo ye na anwini aye nsuo ekobu obi aponten so na be government abesi amount deda we see na to said ye ese se ye see na ye to spec wetua kadeda when tua no ka wunya wo license no wunya wo ai se kwasa no ese se wo ni na aka ho ena ade ba ko so eka ho ne akwan ekwan a ekofie ho no from the main road no government no be enye wo.
Okay.
Inti the be ne say yemfa say community has say ye plot 10 ne wa ha no abeto ba wo ne first person abeto ba ko a wo no yentime charge wo for ekwan nipa 10 ba betena so no wo nko awuntumi ntua sa aka no nti se plot wo ha no ye 10 ana wo beto the first one na che say nipa 9 no ka no government betua no aye kwan na ma na wo de wetua 1/10 of the cost of construction no of the road no wetua eno plus wo sewer ene wo water ne wo gas ne wo sanyo wetua ni na aka government beba be ye kwan na ma kama to say nipa 10 ne tena ete so na wa ye sewer ne wo gas ne wo water ne bibia ma nipa na ebeba betena so later after wo be ye wo de wo ba ne ye prorate ama wo mo say bia wo betena so last year this year no e can be different into ye bet the current rate of construction na ye year no 2 years ago 3 years ago no na de atuaka they make out here
Mpacho Matias here pa.
we some say na Kofi say sika we kunya we guess what abuchirefo na eba be fund sa eka no na ye na abuchirefo na be fund well say abuchirefo ye gi wo mu sika say $6 billion ba Ghana every year no ye gi say sika na ye de to fund mu a sa fund no mu no ye ba be ni ye de be sa construction we inti no ya kwan na wie no so obi pa beto asase wo ho se obetena ho a ye be charge na extra akra aka sa extra kakra na ye be charge aka ho no eno ni interest a wo abuchirefo na mo invest in sa de ye de be ma mo ashim se musika na ye gi ye adwuma no ho interest ni Pacho, what is
Matias here pa dada Matias here pa.
It's not just a biano. Yet the abuchirefo ni sika na edeba de da 1% 2% account mu abuchiro. Yet the no edeba be si minor near tua wo mu ka more than 10% in return. E hin na go sika no ko enye Ghana. The abuchiro unya 1% o de ba Ghana you nya 10% e hin na do enye Ghana.
Wow. Me da se pa dada nyame shira. Nyame nkoto ayi shira. Nkunim die beba. Yeta wachi pa.
Okay. Inti yebeko Lady Noble.
Yes, Mr. Quarantine. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I am so excited. Yeah, that was yeah, me kasa me pese me try na me ketchini na me try. And that was nyawo na me question na me wo. And should that your question but me tiasia say me tie nsem bebre. E ya me bisa me ho say I don't think na obi wo ho a obisa ne say question na ono no wa. Oba na obi ono no suggest say beye minister beye way why
We are momu misa you be more answer today don't worry
enti na me question bisa me say enti question na opese omumu de ba no enye no nti na oba ye obeka bibia na that's
ebi no mo ha ya soma wo mo omo be provoke yen ebi no mo ho no so they genuinely don't know so but me no I'm not faced by a question because I have the answer
that's one thing I like about you. When I'm sitting out here and I listening to you, I'm like, oh yeah, this is part of American Allies. So I know. Thank you so much for what you are doing. And nyoma bebre no maka nyoma bebre na waka. It's my hope say ka omo platform you so obi abetimi aka kire busuafo say yate say every papa bi a your friend Kofi Quarantine. Makane before say me bo udin nkofo say omonte me the pictures call me the audios na ya ye call. Nti say I'm hoping says right now bebre na get to know you. Now, last time we called platform Bisumete say now we call radio station. I was discussing with my cousin yesterday. Now mama wanko. Inti mi bisa me say inti say will be radio announcement or TV so now nisika or no bisa me say no oh yeah sure so sika. Inti mi pesa will clarify home mommy because me sheda nim politics ankasa. But since I need you, no, I'm me feel say I have to go more for it.
Mate, thank you so much. The TN say politics are running controlled by MPP and NDC. No one person will be back into that arena. No. In this now our ideas no one feel is a threat. One person cut it down on exposure because the more may obi anyone ma utimia onka say policies na better MPP and NDC by far. And I met you, Musuma, who say, and yes, a canakeke, young cocoa pain in free baby. We are there, study, educating your home for a period of years on SAP policies. Here, to quite we are simu baby, and nipa between to learn these things hands on. Into young canakeke, we speak from a position of strength and knowledge. So now, and only a big threat for MPP and NDC, identity, because women they don't speak from a position of strength. They speak because one more pay gimmicks be any interventions be a between they are winning the Ghanaian voter and one more back into power and one more back be repo system. Unfortunately for us, no woman unu woman license or there be radio stations TV stations na a prime media houses nina ewo Ghana. Inti se wo kɔ hɔ a wɔn financiers no wɔn nya call say akwawe ma ɔbɛha that's the politics of it.
Okay, so in that case, no, then we share a bit me other than say they are not announce with your when your ma speeches are what they are TikTok na dear be only a bit me because of my say in Krasi be wa or munti wonka into a bed than a sadia no a radio soon or mutieno a bed than almost what wonka a habby pan. I was asking like why is it so? Because I mean, are you trying to tell me say why you're limited, which is true? I was very worried, say if this is the case.
So the true friend saying aspect of the whole coming say one more idea and say one more a boy to form say not to say one more a blocking from expansion. But there is a powerful force be internet. Now, granted, mamenom near nananom a won krase no womo nye internet savvy ntino information echo through internet a womo enka womo. But this is the numbers say there are 12.5 million youth 85% plus access to internet. So access to internet near pese you're maximizing and making sure say obia or access to internet in your information say 2024 over to amakufi krantia yebedi whether ne parents anane nananom ewo internet or not. And the reason they say obia to say what access to internet no. We are convinced now we are sold on the idea of Kofi Kranti 2024 now. Parents and grandparents are in Kraseno. Maybe you won't get 100% penetration, but you bring 50-60% penetration because of Pewasem. Yeah, what kind of person Mommy. This year, dear, ye perceive some was one to a so to a banner mammy or to mammy nipa kufi quarantine. Nam de mon share. Oh, okay, dear,
okay. Now about the youth, because me who say youth no, me ne be kasa no be bisa me say. Meaning too much about some politics. I'm so fun in. I'm just joining it since I'm your voice. I mean, policies, and I've read about you. I even noticed now your program be with Virginia, which I was very. I'm like, oh, really? So he been around. No, I mean, and I feel not youth air can be say. Omo pese omo hu say mo betimi aye debate bi ana And I make her say, minimum about Ghana, but in United States, there, Sunny, you know. But minim say Ghana, ubetimia organize youth. Na ebi awako baby a ohwa schools a obi betimia mama wa baho na uni youth na kasa. I believe said that information also can go out further to baby internet any. And that was our discussion and I discuss it and ra. Intimation me question na me bisa say you betimia ye ni sana.
All right. Yeah, what they say, and who said there are a lot of political any candidates, ne smaller political parties ever say about together. Now a bigger force, alternative force. Now, yeah, in Shisha any NC, and the reason in Tia ye pesi ye trainee sine say ye ko babia na ye converge as one unit a more impactful say or singularly, you know, or be call out say oh ye be on your own.
Correct.
Ye call as a unified alternative force against the Dukadaya mafioso cabal say NDC and NPP. You go through a process they say to pick the leader or be representing you now in see hopefully no by end of this month, mid of next month there. That's how many years. International universities near koye their friend town hall meetings say
meetings, right?
Meets the university now, Gina, to say the minimum case and then Gina almost stage, so no more 2 questions, say ban any may answer.
Right.
You call another university, you call as a group. So that's going to be done until you ever start Akko universities near Omo Akasa.
Great. I think say that's a good move. Because that was the question I know Mubi Sami. And I may say by all means may get to somehow on TikTok so I can ask that question. So yes, thank you so much for what you're doing and continue to do. May God continue to bless you and strengthen you with all these questions are unknown. I put in quotes. So unknown questions and it's all answered. Good job.
Yeah, thank you so much.
God bless you. Yeah.
Keep bringing it on. We got about 10 minutes to go into Monfa Emrana Yebabi. We're winding down into questions via order. Feel free, come up, speak, and let's get this thing done. We got 10 minutes to go. Yeah, percent Moya Wild. We're winning this thing. Make I say we're winning it. Listen, Montapo, 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 Montapo. More like it, more like it. Listen, the truth of the matter, and I said everything for there's nobody who understands what needs to be done in Ghana to turn Ghana around. Saying nobody. About a debater, nobody wants to sit with us because women say they will be totally obliterated. You bet obliterated woman. Because Antono will be we speak from a position of facts and strength and knowledge. So nobody can sit with me on the same stage in terms of said yes, see affects Ghana. Because on Tiasia and Trono Baby D, no no. Mahama, we are waiting for you. Bahumia, we are waiting for you. Modia Monka Mahama ne Bahumia any Alanchamantin you be a monka womuna mumnya one. Namunfa womumra. Common sense be displaced womuna. Common sense. Enope. So inti monso amonam internet so monso push for a debate. We want a debate. We want a debate. We want a debate. We want a Ghana debate. Mahama peso say, oh, Baumia, omo peso mu create some bibi omo can say Baumia see because Mahama don't feel comfortable debating. And to almost say, listen, the debate is not gonna fix the roads. The debate is not gonna fix the economy. The debate is not gonna make the city gain value. The debate is gonna at least give us an option to find out who has the solutions for those who are discerning to make a decision. So bring it on. Jay, talk to me. Last person.
Kovi, Michiawu. Yeah, just a quick one. I've listened to you quite a lot of times, and you've been talking about infrastructure and whatnot. The baseline of these infrastructure would be standards. So what is your initiative to standards? For example, let's say the Ghanaian road, the standard road should be, say, 3.75 meters each side. You know, all those standard road sign standards, drainage standards. Before you build a house, your drainage pipe needs to be a certain size to avoid blockages. You know, all those little standards. What is your initiative on those?
No, we go with an international standard. That which is, see, what a lot of people forget is human beings are the same everywhere on the planet. We have the same lifestyles, culture, yeah, with different slight differences because of the culture and the religion and all of that. But we basically eat the same foods. The way we prepare them might be different. So if you are building a house, the same requirements that goes into houses that you build in Iceland is the same thing that will require, maybe because the weather is a little different, the padding will be different. But in terms of drainage systems, the gas lines, the water, the sewer, it's required, and that's the same thing we would do in Ghana.
So is that going to?
I'm sorry, in Ghana right now, people do these things on a local and an individual basis after they build a house.
Right.
If quarantine comes, it will be required before you build a house, you know, stuff like that. But it's going to be basically the same thing.
So there's definitely going to be a portal where you have to access it, because, like, for instance, in the UK, there's the DMRB standards, and you can just go online and check. It says traffic sign manual 1, traffic sign manual 2. So obviously, I'm sure you're going to do stuff like that, right?
Well, the difference is because we're starting off on these projects, we're not going to require people to go on to a portal and get this information for them to apply themselves. What we're going to do is we're going to train people who are going to be the contact merchants. So if, let's say, you want to build a house, the contractor that you would call to come in to maybe look over your electricals and your plumbing to certify, to make sure you get a certification for it to be occupiable, would be a certified engineer by the city of whatever region, or the region of Eastern region or Greater Accra region. They will be all certified by the government because they're going through a protocol.
Right.
So we would train people, and they would go out and they will set these standards. The contractors who do these things, aside from the contractors who build your house, will come from central government. We will train them. So you wouldn't have the luxury of kind of massaging things. It would be very strict. It has to be done this way, or you don't get your certificate of occupancy.
Right. Great. Thank you.
Okay, so that now becomes the last caller. Listen, as always, Kofi Kranting, your steadfast advocate for outstanding leadership. God bless our homeland, Ghana. It's been a fabulous 2 hours. Let's meet out there. Let's go tell our story and let the whole of Ghana know that it's time to build a totally new Ghana on a platform that makes sense, on a platform that gives us food security, that builds a nation of success. We are tired of wallowing in a spectrum of substandardness. The new standard now is evaluating possibilities of excellence in the human experience. Join me. Let's make it happen for